Hello, fire signs. Welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. So this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, really all of your placements, because I need you guys to understand that we are comprised of all 12 signs. So you may not be a sun sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, which is perfectly fine, but you need to check your housing placements, because if you clicked on this video not having much knowledge about astrology, you have to understand there was no coincidence in you being brought here. I do hope the message finds you well, but there's a certain placement that may be activated at this time that you need to become more self-aware of, so that you know how to embody and move and take advantage of the energy. Or if it's about somebody that may be coming in the external environment that you're living in, then you need to be aware of who is coming in at this time. This may be a cautionary message to like beware of a person, or to be welcoming of that energy. So welcome to the newbies. If the message does wind up resonating for you, do give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe for more. And if you guys want to book a reading with me as like an extended, to know more about what comes through in these cards, then you're more than welcome to do that. I am available. And my email I will leave in the description box for you guys. So that is there. If you are returning, hi. You already know what it is. I hope all is well. I hope August treated you guys well. We are on our way out. We are in Virgo season. Leaving fire energy for something that's a little bit more stable, that's a little bit more practical. So let's see what we do with it, starting with the Sagittariuses. Whoa. I don't want to believe that. Y'all got the Four of Wands, but it didn't really fall out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I did that by accident. Whoa, okay, Sag. Woohoo! You got the Star card. Great healing is on its way if it hasn't already started for you guys here. This can also be an Aquarius. I know that they say Aquariuses are really compatible as far as star signs are concerned, in matters of love. So an Aquarius may be coming in or maybe coming back to really shine a light on an area of your life that you have neglected, or a part of yourself that you have failed to fully appreciate. You know that they are mesmerized by, and they just get you to see yourself in a way that you couldn't before. And it doesn't have to be an Aquarius. It can really be anybody else coming in. This is the universe is doing, but this is also a confirmation card. This is your yes for things that you have been trying to manifest or pray about. It is on its way to you. Just keep doing what it is that you have been doing, following that path, following those breadcrumbs is what I'm hearing here with this star energy. This is also recognizing, much like the Fountain card and much like the Wheel of Fortune, that there are infinite possibilities. Just go with the flow of life and whatever is being exposed at this time for you guys. And understand that with it being upright, that it's a good fortune for you, right? There's going to be a good outcome surrounding whatever is happening, whatever event is coming into your life. Some of you guys, you want to be the star. That's really what you feel like. You want the fame, and you want the fortune, and you want good wealth along with good health. Excuse me. And you are very well capable of tapping into your star potential here. That's all you have to do, though. Some of you guys haven't tapped into it. And so this is that card. Like, if you always wanted to be a singer, you need to start going to a vocal coach. I can't talk, y'all. You need to start going to a vocal coach, right? You need to start practicing, doing your crescendos. I don't know. I'm not in the music realm, so I only know of it so much. You know what I'm saying? But those vocal warm-ups, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You know what I mean? And the other way. I just can't get it together today, y'all. My mind is preoccupied, so I'm really trying to just let that fall by the wayside and just focus here. But yeah, this is you guys needing to do those things. If you know, as far as stardom's concerned, you're meant to be a counselor or a coach, and you are really meant to be that lighthouse for other people to find their ways back home. And home is like back into themselves. Then what do you have to do? You have to start and get those certifications. You need to make sure that the jobs that you're applying for are really helping you to prepare to be in that field, so that you can be that star, so that you can be that lighthouse. Maybe you need to start recording videos, not necessarily like this, that are like more zodiac related, though the star is here. So very literally, some of you guys might be in astrology, or maybe awakening to astrology and the occult and stuff like that. So okay, to do that, you need to get started. You need to read those books. But otherwise, again, you just need to find those certifications, and you need to become an understudy with somebody that may already be in that sphere, and within that influence that you want to be a part of with this card. Some of you guys are really going to be getting in touch. Part of your spirituality comes from your sensuality, and so it looks like she's pole dancing. So some of you guys might be finding those types of activities a lot more therapeutic, especially if you're focusing more so on like your health and fitness. You don't need to take a traditional approach to become fit. You know what I mean? So you can work on your upper body strength by taking pole dancing classes, or going to Zumba classes to shed weight, because you like dancing more than you do lifting weights. You know what I mean? So it's looking at ways that you can pretty much reinvent the wheel to work for you with this star card. That's what you guys are going to be focusing on this week. But if nothing else, this can be Kundalini awakening, a spiritual awakening, a period of enlightenment, or you guys have epiphanies about certain things, because you have purple in this card. So this is your third eye, pineal gland, being activated here. You guys are definitely seeing signs and synchronicities. And again, you're going to be following those breadcrumbs to reach those periods of enlightenment, to help you really get on the path most desired for you, that is more in alignment with what your mission is, okay? So I feel like some of you guys have been lost along the way. Should you ask for guidance, follow that North Star when you get it, you know what I'm saying, at night, or when you get it during the day. You listen to a certain song and it really amplifies what you were already feeling before. Really look into the lyrics and figure out what that means. Look up terminology for things. Again, you just, if you see those signs and synchronicities, don't just stop at being like, oh my God, I saw 1111, but you don't know what that means. What's the next step then? Looking into what that means, how that can be applied for you, or figuring out, or extracting, that's what I'm hearing, you're extracting what the truth is from certain things and experiences and people and places that are in your life right now. You are an amalgam of all of these things, right? You are becoming a star. Though when you were born and you were little, a lot of people saw that in you, they still didn't equip you with the fact that you're not entitled to that. You still have to go through certain levels, okay? And you have to graduate and be promoted. You have to matriculate, is what I'm hearing, into being the star. Here, it's not just going to be given to you. But again, I feel like for a lot of you Sagittariuses, you guys are really retreating, going on a retreat, and really being that impetus of healing, not just for yourself, but for others. My new tagline on my social media is I heal as I heal. So it's inevitable. Those that come in contact with you will also be I was trying to find a word for that. But those that come in contact with you as you are healing yourself, they will start to awaken and heal other aspects of themselves that still need to be worked on. All right? It's inevitable. It's naturally going to happen that way. I'm getting the image of like when those who were afflicted with things touched the cloth of Christ, and they were healed. It's kind of like that, just being in your presence. All of a sudden, you know, all of these people, their wounds, some of them have to be reopened to be fully healed. But that is what is happening, if not just for you on a personal level. But some of you guys were meant to be a star. Some of you guys were meant to be that guiding light in that lighthouse, and you are definitely well on your way. You can start to feel that more again and again, get those confirmations for that through me and through other things that you are interacting with this week. Maybe somebody else comes in and they just see that and they say that, like, you know, that little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. You know, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I was just doing a reading with water signs. You guys might need to check that out as well, because I feel like Pisces is dealing with an Aries or somebody that is heavy or has heavy Scorpio placements. And what came through for them is that other people are trying to diminish them and their light, right? When people see greatness in you, they don't want you to realize your fullest potential, because that may mean, you know, that they will no longer have access to you. It breeds a certain level of elevation, you know what I'm saying? And other people, they just kind of want to play in your energy and play in your surrounding. They never want to really live up to their fullest potential. But naturally, as you progress and as you elevate, you're vibrationally, they're not going to be able to hang on anymore, and they just want to keep you down as long as they can, and just again diminish that light so that you never reach it, so that they can just suck it all out of you and then think that they can take what they got from you and go do that thing here, to go be this. But they can't. You know, there are certain people that are marked for greatness, right? That just come and they are to influence the world at large. Okay, a lot of you guys are larger than life here. You can't help it. That is just your natural personality. And there are some people that just don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody is meant to do that thing or be in that position. Some people are meant to be janitors. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody at all levels here. But yeah, there's somebody that wants to try to bring you down, but as hard as they try, they will not prosper here. You are the star, okay? You will blind them with your light. Every time they try to come close to you, it's like, zap them. You finna zap these hoes. Get on up out the way, voluntarily or involuntarily. But your eye is on the prize here. Nothing but great things coming your way. All right, but with doing that and being in that position, you also have to make sure that you are moving from a place of authenticity and a place of pure intention, right? The blind can't lead the blind, so you really have to do the work to be able to call yourself to leader, to be able to be pushed to that that level, or put on that type of platform. There we go, to really exercise that is within you, that light that is within you. Okay, do it when you know that you are ready. In the meantime, as you're preparing, just focus on making sure that you are fully healed here. So that's what's coming through for you Sagittarians. Again, if it's not an Aquarius, but I feel like an Aquarius that you were involved with can be coming back, can be rectifying some things as well, especially if they've hurt you. Aries. You have the Sun with the 5 of Cups. I don't want to laugh because it's not funny. But there's a Leo here that is disappointed with how a love relationship is going. All right? They feel like you don't love them anymore here. Which from personal experience is not the truth, but the thing is, you can't love somebody that doesn't love themselves, okay? You can't force love on somebody with this energy that is here with the Sun and the Five of Cups. You can only be accountable for you, right? The Five of Cups is like, somebody was trying to hold out on love to try to make you like overexert yourself in love. And this doesn't have to be a Leo, right? This can be another fire sign, or just somebody with heavy Leo placements, maybe a Venus in Leo, which can speak more to matters of the heart and romance. Their 7th house is in Leo, which is opposing to Aquarius. If you have like an Aquarius rising, or you're a Sag moon by Western astrology and you have another Aquarius placement, that is by a synastry chart, it aspects Leo's house, right? And your relationships with that sign, or just those attributes here. But somebody with this energy is wanting you to kind of like perform for their love. Because the Sun is very playful energy. When you think about Leos, right? And I know that I said it doesn't have to be a Leo, but when you think about Leos and the way that they go about romance and the way that they flirt, it's more so they are so used to people throwing themselves at them. They don't go and they don't chase after anybody, right? They expect, much like lions in the jungle, the lionesses, right? The queens of the jungle go out and do all the hunting and bring the food back for the kings, for the lions. And so they're expecting you to do all of the heavy lifting while they sit back and watch you work. Or if you guys aren't in a committed relationship, because when the Sun is in the 5th house, it's all about love affairs and romance, not taking anything seriously, just having a lot of flings, you know. So maybe that's also a placement that you have to look into. But in this card, the Sun is 21, which is 3. So maybe Leo's in the 3rd house. Look at that. But yeah, anyway, so going back to that. So they expect for you to do all of the heavy lifting while they sit back and watch you. And if they are involved in like multiple relationships, you know, just playing the field, again, as most single people, most single gentlemen will do, then this is like watching the women fight for the spot, right? The #1 spot. And that's a form of entertainment, and it's very dramatic. They're into the dramatics in that sense. Leo males. Leo women can be very different. You know, once they see and set their eyes on somebody, like that's it, because they're a fixed sign. Don't really like change. Not the most easily adaptable. So you may be working with somebody like that, or involved with somebody like that, that's just very set in their ways, like it's like their way or the highway, and then they realizing that they're not getting their way, again, because they try to make you do so much work, but you feel like you get so little, and now they're looking at it like, damn, like, that's really how you feel? But it's like, no. Like, but if you're not going to work as much as I'm working, there really is no point in this working, right? It will never work. Not with an Aries. Not with an Aries. An Aries will always choose themselves over partnering with somebody else that makes them feel from a heart level that they're not special, right? That they don't really have a place in your heart or in your life. You have to give an Aries purpose, more so than just being like, oh, you just have to work for it. You know what I mean? Like, instead of you feeling so entitled or self-assured and just being complacent and comfortable, feeling like you have the position, you have to also like put that effort in and give that attention. We're fire signs. Like, we like attention. We need a lot of attention. Aries needs a lot of reassurance. And if we don't get that, we feel like, okay, without that reassurance and without that level of commitment in a partnership, it just kind of is hanging in the abyss, and it's confusing. and we don't do well with confusion here, especially in matters of the heart, because this is 5. 5s is all about rapid changes and being able to adapt to things that will inevitably evolve here, especially when it comes to emotions. Our emotions will change for you if we feel like there is no sense of stability surrounding it. So it's not that we don't love you, but the love will come from a distance. We will separate ourselves, and again, we will choose ourselves over being in something that just feels lackluster. And I feel like for some of you guys are dealing with somebody like that here with this energy. But with this 5 of Cups, you have to realize that there are still 2 cups. Now, if somebody was trying to play games, which is what the Sun card is about, they were trying to play games just to see what you was really about, just to see how far you could go or how far they could push you over the edge. Bitch, you jumped. Okay, but there's still 2 cups here with them trying to play the field and play those games and try to see if the grass was greener on the other side, or trying to exercise those other options. And then they went over there and those cups were spilt, you know, by the time that they got over there, and they just like, oh, fuck, what did I do? Yeah. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You didn't love hard enough. You thought that you could keep going and vacillating back and forth between this person and this other person and this person and this other person, and you thought this Aries was still gonna be around, and Aries was like, nope. And now they left your ass, and now you feel like this. It's a sob story. Cry me a river. That's what I'm hearing. Like, no. And I can speak from personal experience, because this is something that I've gone through. I will literally pack my shit up and go emotionally. I will just shut down. Maybe that's something that you guys have to work on. Why you guys emotionally shut down in loving relationships, especially if nothing's going wrong. But there's just like a little bit of conflict, a little bit of opposition here, because it's like the sun and the water. It's like oil and vinegar, you know, very opposing energies as far as the way that you guys deal with your heart. And so you emotionally shut down. Maybe you need to look into that, right? Look into your 5th house. I feel like that will be a key determinant in the way that your relationships will go, or the type of people that you attract into your life. You find yourself attracted to like the bad guys, you know? You don't want to give the good guys a chance because they're too safe. And so maybe that's a cycle that you guys have been in, but that's changing for you, because you realize just how unpleasant the experience is altogether. There we go. So there's something changing with that. Or a Leo is changing. A Leo is changing because they're realizing that they can't keep playing these games, and that there really is love there. Maybe it hasn't been expressed yet, but that can be coming in. They're more so looking at themselves and like the way that they're behaving, like, damn, like you are reckless right now, son. Like, you need to grow up. Something needs to change here. Stop operating from a place of ego. And again, if this isn't the Leo, this can be you. And again, we're comprised of all 12 signs, so this is your own personal placement. Stop operating from a place of ego and entitlement and wanting to be the center of attention. And just wanting to play all day and be a tyrant. That can be this energy here. You got to get it together, or you can't ever have a safe, healthy, functioning relationship. I feel like this is definitely somebody looking at themselves in the way that they have been behaving, or showing out is what I'm hearing with this sun energy. Something's definitely been exposed with this Sun and this Five of Cups. But I can love the fuck out of you and leave you the fuck alone, okay? And so I definitely get the sense that there are some Aries out there that are moving with me on that one. Like, it's a whole mood, okay? I can love you, but I'm gonna get out of your way. If you can't show me that you love me and that you care, I'm not going to sit in the energy. I'm not going to, as Beyonce said, cater to you. Like, I don't get that. Let me cater to you. And no. If we're not catering to each other, you're not, no. Can't do it. Don't have the energy to do it. I'm tired of being the caretaker in the relationship. And then I'm the one that's being forgotten. You know, I get lost in the sauce. I'm emotionally investing more than I'm getting here. And it's like they spill the cups of love. They don't really appreciate it. Again, because they playing games. You want to play with my heart? That's okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. But definitely. And how quickly I move once I make a decision. So yeah, I'm definitely getting the sense that y'all are doing that this week, if you haven't already. Or that's coming up for you because you're at the point where you're getting fed up. It's like you give the love and it's not enough love. They just want more, but there's, I don't know, y'all. Aries, got to do better. We got to do better. And it's like, he really looking at this like, you're joking. You're kidding me right now, huh? You gotta be joking. Like, that's really how you feel? That's really how you gonna do it? That's really how you gonna do me? Okay, all right. Okay. Hey, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna keep you. Again, you can't force love out of anybody. You can't force somebody to treat you the way that you be treating other people. You feel like it's basic, you feel like it's common sense, but not everybody is equipped with that. Not everybody was raised the same way. Again, you might be looking at that upbringings and stuff with the Sun energy. Somebody that you thought you wanted to have a family with or that you thought you wanted to commit to, then you see certain things about them that you don't like. And it's like, I don't know if it's really a viable relationship. I don't know if this is somewhere where I should stay, you know. I don't know if I will be loved properly here. That's definitely coming up. You can definitely empathize, or you can definitely sympathize with people in the way that they were raised and the lack of love that they have, and so they just mirror that naturally because that's what they're accustomed to. And maybe that's something that is going to come through if you happen to speak with a Leo, if they try to come back, because they realize they do have love for you, but they just don't know how to I guess express that. You can sympathize with them, but it's not your job to raise somebody. You know, you have a choice. There's free will, which comes through with the Sun card, right? There's free will in everything that you do. You can be that better example, right? Maybe your parents didn't love you or just weren't very affectionate, right? Which comes through with Cups energy. And so if this isn't about the other person, this may be what you are internally going through here. And so you don't know how to naturally do that, but you can have the choice to repeat that cycle in your own life and the relationships that you have with other people. Or you can be that better example, like, no, I didn't have that in my life, but I know I can do that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like for the men that have never been fathers before, or they didn't have father figures in their life, you can still choose to be a great father to the child that is coming through, that you may have in your life now, because the Sun card can speak about the birth of a child or procreating. So you have gotten somebody pregnant. And so now you are going through all of those different mixed emotions that come through with being a parent. And you don't know what it is that you're getting yourself into. Nobody knows how to be a parent. You kind of just learn as you go along, you know what I mean? But you can still be that better example. You don't have to be that absent father because your father was absent. You know what I'm saying? Put into that kid all the things that you wish that you had. Put into that relationship all the things that you wish that you had, or that you wish that you were shown by your models, by your guardians, or whoever it is that you looked up to that did not show you love. You know, put that into the relationship. You still have it within you to do so, but it's a choice to move on that. It's a choice to be better than your circumstances. So that is what is coming through. Now for my Leos, fuck. Y'all have the Fountain, the Hermit, the Eight of Cups, and the Death card. Metamorphosis here. Complete transformation. Like I said, I feel like there's a Leo that Aries is involved with. It doesn't even have to be romantically. It can be a business partner. It can be a family friend. Or it could be a family member. You know what I'm saying? But they are looking at themselves and really going into themselves with this Hermit card energy. Again, infinite possibilities. There is free will in this life. You can choose how you want to react, how you want to respond to the things that are happening, how you want to take control of actually what you can take control of. There are some people that just aren't really self-aware. So I feel like for a lot of you Leos, you guys are really coming to a period of where you are more self-conscious, and you are more self-aware more than ever before. We are stepping into Virgo season. So naturally, this can be the energy that you can embody, where you're going on those periods of enlightenment, and where you're going into periods of solitude, where you can look more deeply into yourself and see how you've been hurting yourself, right? Self-sacrificing or self-deprecating here in a way that was detrimental, in a way that does not leave you feeling fulfilled. How can you walk by faith and not by sight? How can you walk by faith and not by sight in this week? I feel like that is going to be the challenge from the 26th through the 1st of September. How can you be of service instead of being so like demanding? You like the sun is self-sufficient, yeah. Excuse me. But it comes with a certain air of arrogance because of certain positions that you have naturally, like what is your birthright and how magnetizing you guys can be. But without the sun, the world couldn't be, right? The world wouldn't exist. And I feel like a lot of you guys let that get to your head, that type of archetype that you guys are, and you let that get to your head. And so you get stuck in this trap of you, again, receiving all the glory and the gratification and all that other stuff, but then it's not giving it back out generously, okay? And you also may need to look at that, right? In the ways that you give and how that you give. If you're going to do it with a side eye, then just don't do it at all. If you're not going to give, how do they say that? If it's not pure of heart in the way that you're giving, then just don't give at all. So maybe you guys are looking at that. But again, in the ways that you're sacrificing, or that you haven't been sacrificing, or that you've been holding back as far as emotions are concerned, your sensitivities and your vulnerabilities, and the way that you actually feel about things and people and places in what you're trying to do. There's a lot of blue in here. So I feel like the throat chakra, that is something that really does need to evolve in this week and in Virgo season. And you guys are really on your way to really transforming some of the things and the behaviors that you don't like about yourself. Again, through your self-awareness. Because with that Aries reading, some of the Leos are just like, damn, I didn't know it was like that. I really didn't know that this is how this person felt. I really didn't know that I made them feel this badly, or that they were really this sad, or that they were really this displeased, you know, because you were just too wrapped up and too self-absorbed, again, with that sun energy. And so those things are changing, right? Or maybe you just don't want to change anything about yourself at all. You'll go into another cycle though. As far as people coming in, Virgos can be helping you, or you just have very strong Virgo placements again that herald a period of introspection where you guys are doing a little bit more soul searching here. Or you're really shining light on, again, the things that you've been ashamed to address, and that's coming forward because you can't take it to where you're going next. You can't continue to be how you have been and prosper. Something has got to give. You have to sacrifice something here, right? You know how they say, like, a lot of artists, they give their soul to the devil, or they sign their soul over to the devil. Well, just with anything in life, you have to sign something over. You have to give something up to have that better thing. So if you are into alcohol and you have an alcohol dependency, you have to give that up for the sake of your liver, right? Or your kidneys. I'm not sure which one is affected, but you have to give that up in order to be a fully functioning individual, in order to have a healthy relationship. Like, yeah, it does help lower your inhibitions, but it is a depressant. So it can very well affect your mental and emotional health and cause you to be depressed. You need to elevate out of that, right? You are better than that. You have to give that up. If you are single and you know that you want a relationship, you have to give up being emotionally unavailable. You have to give up your bachelor lifestyle, your bachelorette lifestyle. That has to be sacrificed for you to have a healthy relationship. Especially if you are maybe having a kid with somebody, you have to give up that idea that you come first. You no longer come first. You have a project now, which is your kid, that you have to help raise with somebody else, and you have to put their desires and their necessities above you, right? That has to change. If you're moving in with somebody, you have to let go of the way that you do things and make sure that when they're coming into your space, that they also feel like it's a space that is shared and that they also feel at home in your space. So you have to allow for them to add their touch to the home, you know, put a woman's touch on it, add their manly touch on it, have their little man cave. You know, you guys have to learn how to share space when you are moving in with somebody, or you're getting married with somebody and you're having to deal with somebody else's emotions, right? And taking them into consideration as well. Things have to change. You can't just continue to be how you have been. Again, it's inevitable with this Hermit card energy. Time is going to consistently move. Time waits for no man. So what you won't do, another person will. Here with this energy. Right? Now, with this Hermit card, you have to have discernment as far as what you can or cannot change. Like, you can't change the fact that you are, I want to say 4'11", right? You can't change your height. That's not something that you can change. You can change how you interact and how you communicate with people. You can change how you address certain situations. You can change how you set your mood and set the tone for your day or for your week to go, right? With this Fountain card, there's infinite possibilities and infinite outcomes for the way that something can go. So those are the things that you have control over. You can't change your height, okay? I mean, you could change your eye color, but you're running the risk of going blind by doing those type of surgical procedures, or putting your health at risk by doing those things to kind of change your physical appearance. But that's just who you are, right? You can't change your genotype or phenotype. You're already here. You're already full grown, right? And the way that it's expressed, and certain characteristics and personality traits that you do have, there are certain things that can't not be changed. They are ingrained in you, okay? You can't change your family, even if you kill them. You know what I mean? Like with this death energy here, like you can't change anything about the family that you incarnated into and that raised you. But you can change what attributes you take from those situations and those scenarios and who you become as a person, independent of that, right? If you know that there's something wrong in the way that you were raised, you can change that. That's what you have control over. Have discernment of what you can and or cannot change here. Don't focus on the wrong thing with the Hermit energy. But yeah, some of you guys, you feel like somebody's walking away and you just feel like you are dying. That is the end. This is the end, and it's not the end. If this is something that you really want, just understand that there's a purification process going on. The separation is for a reason. You have the Three of Cups at the bottom, so if you want that love, go after that love. Express that love though, but you have to be different in how you engage in love and how you share your love and the way that you feel on a heart level. So that's what's coming through for you fire signs. Dang, this reading is long. But yeah, if that did resonate for you guys, definitely do give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family. And do subscribe for more if you want to take a deeper dive again and go into the extended reading and to see how you can overcome some of these more sad sulking energies or internal conflicts that you have going on within yourself and the aspects that are happening on a planetary level, and understanding that more, then reach out to me at my email. But if I don't hear from you when you book with me and you don't comment in the comment section below, then just take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.